Aloha Friday, guys. It is Friday. Oh my gosh, this week went by so fast. I can tell you, so fast. I mean, by the time I woke up on Monday morning, today is already Friday. That's how fast the week went by. Update in regards to health and fitness. Don't mind my hair, guys. I have an appointment with my friend. She gonna hook me up in the next couple of days, but right now she may look a little cuckoo, but it's okay. Anyway, update in regards to health and fitness. As y'all know, today's Aloha Friday. We just recap what's been going on throughout the week. Today I am on day number 4. I didn't get a chance yesterday to go and hit the gyms because, you know, girls have other plans. I ended up going to the gym with friends that was in there. Him and his wife, we were work out together because it was their birthdays yesterday. Hello, Sister Tanya, how are you? It was their birthday yesterday, and this is what we always talk about, why getting things together before it's too late. You just never know when that time is going to be. So heading off to the gym yesterday, all of us was going to get together to celebrate one of her friends, 60-ish birthdays, and it was his birthday yesterday. And basically I got a call stating that, he had a little mini stroke. And it was so like, oh, really? It's his birthday. We were all going to go and celebrate, one of our old friends and the family's gathering. And 60-something years is a big deal, guys. If you make 40 these days, you're doing good, okay? But when you're hitting 65-ish and hitting that 70 and 80, that's a big accomplishment, And I know today is that holiday where everybody's going to be talking about love and, but my thing is we should love every day, not just wait for a special day like what they call tomorrow, the heathen day of Valentine, where they're going to say, we all love each other on one day of the year. No, you love every day. You check in every day, and make sure that you let individuals know you love them. I know my gym friends every day, it sounds corny when you're telling your friends and your sisters and everyone around you, when you leave, before you leave them, you hug and you say, I love you, because you never know when it's going to be the last day. So yesterday, like I said, we were going to celebrate his 60-something birthday. We all was going to work out at the gym, and then we were going to go have lunch. Well, that didn't happen, Before I got to the gym, we got the call that, he was not in his best, his face was already like, twisting, and the signs that you're having, one of those moments. And they rushed him to the ER and came to find out that he had a stroke, and I mean, at the gym, excited, it's his birthday, but he had a stroke. So I didn't get to work out yesterday, so we're gonna go work out today. I'm already running late today. I told them it's better late than never, so I'm 30 minutes behind schedule, but I'll get there for the upper body, because the lower body, the day prior, I worked that. Let me tell you, I was walking bow-legged. It was bad. My whole lower body was just, whooped from all those squats that I did. So, sometimes I think it's best that I'm running late today so I can just work on the upper body. But yes, yesterday, my friend, as he was celebrating his 60-something birthday, that's the scenario that happened. We never know when that day is going to come. I doubt he woke up and said, I guess today I'm going to have a stroke. No, you don't know. So be ready, guys. Be ready. Minister Mars always talk about this preparation, mastering yourself, cleaning out the feces, changing your attitude, working on your response, because you never know when your last is going to be. God forbid, yesterday could have been his last, but God's grace and mercy just stepped in and the scenario changed. But it was a wake-up call for all of us that's, not paying attention and not taking care of her health, and not making those good decisions, you know. So you have to sit down, you know, probably today, him and his spouse, or tomorrow, and have a coming to reality moment, you know, because what happened yesterday, he has to change his whole lifestyle, you know. Sometimes that's the hardest thing, when the doctors has to give you that little ultimatum and say, you know, you can continue what you're doing, but if you don't change, then, you know, I'm gonna have to a bitty good eve to you too, you know. You just never know. So don't wait until the doctors, or a scenario like what happened to my friend yesterday, you know, the wake up call. Wake up now. Get up every day with a purpose, you know. Go out there and serve with a purpose, but then make sure you don't forget to serve yourself with a purpose too, and knowing that you have to continuously get that heart rate going. You got to make better choices. And I'm speaking for myself, because I had to come to a reality moment, not because the doctor told me, but I was looking around at my kids and I said, oh, I want to live, you know. I started to have kids a little bit later than average, and I said, I want to be around for these kids. I want to see my grandkids. So I need to make better choices. So I had to take a decision for my bettering, so that way I don't have a wake-up call with a doctor's notes telling me that I needed to change this drastically or the next thing drastically. A little bit each day is gonna work in your favor throughout the long process. And it's not easy when a doctor has to give you that list of things that you can't have, when in reality, you know, if you adjust yourself now, you can have access to those stuff in smaller portion instead of eliminating them totally. So he already know the things that he has to eliminate from his life. I know his wife already, she knows as well, and it's always going to end up where you have to make that decision for yourself. Nobody can make it for you. People can look in and see that you have an issue, or see that you have a problem, but it takes you to want to change. You know, nobody can change you. I can point fingers, or you can point fingers back at me, Paulette need to change this, or I can say you need to change the other thing, but not until that individual is willing to change. You have to recognize that you have a problem. Once you find your problem, you acknowledge there is a problem, and how you're going to figure out how to create behaviors in order to change that problem. It's up to you. Nobody can do it for you, you know. And that's the hardest part, because you need to be self-motivated to change yourself. And it's not easy trying to be self-motivated to change yourself when in your eyes you don't have a problem. And that is the problem. Oh, ain't that a tongue twister? That is the problem. When you know you have a problem, the individual have a problem, they think they don't have a problem. You tell them they have a problem, and they don't fix their situation because they're not willing to change. So you got to be willing to change. Constructive criticism is not easy, but it's necessary. And most of us do not like nobody telling us anything. Okay, but we need to listen sometimes. If you see 1, 2, 3, 4, if you see a little handful of people repeating the same thing to you over and over, you may not like it, but it's time for you to stop, acknowledge, start figuring out routines and ways that you can better yourself. Okay, get yourself in a position that is going to be uncomfortable. Change is not easy, and it's going to be uncomfortable. Okay, it's not going to, you think getting up every morning, sure that I'm up by 3:34 in the morning to execute all that I need to be doing in order to leave the house to go to the gym. Do you think that that my body wants that? No, my body wants to stay in bed. I want to stay in bed. I want to sleep. I want to sleep again and then sleep some more. Like literally, your mind and your body shouldn't be that tired that you can't even focus enough to put yourself on a schedule. Nobody want to be on a schedule. We just want to live life, you know, willy-nillying. And sometimes living life willy-nillying without a purpose can hinder us. So my purpose every morning is to know that I need to move. Okay? So if I need to move, I'm going to get up ahead of time. I'm going to schedule it in, so that way I'm focused throughout my day, and I'm going to move for 30 to 40 minutes. Now today is just going to be 30 minutes because I'm running behind. However, the work that I'm going to do today is probably going to be DoorDash, because you all know today's the 4th, tomorrow's the 14th. Everybody's going to be wanting to run off and do last minute shopping and buying candies and chocolate and all that, because they're going to wait for that one day, which is tomorrow, to tell that their loved ones that they love them. Well, I don't do no once a year I love you. I think that's something that you should practice doing on a daily basis and being consistent with it, because you never know. Like yesterday, we could have lost our friend. You know, his wife could have been a widow yesterday, just because life be lifing, and life is not going to stop for you. And it don't have to be lifing financially or emotionally. It could be lifing physically. Like for him yesterday, it was lifing physically, and in a twinkle of an eye, he's excited for a celebration of his birthday, and when you know, he was at the ER and had to sleep in the hospital because they wanted to make sure that his heart and everything was good to go, and that the stroke didn't come full intense. He didn't even get the full intense stroke. He just got a little small mini one. You know, I have family members that had big ones. My cousin had a big one where, you know, it just twists up all your face, your body is not able to figure out what is going on. I mean, it seems very painful, you know. And at the end of the day, guys, just take care of your health. Health and fitness is definitely important. I know yesterday I was supposed to come on and talk to you guys in regards to health and fitness. I was not able to because we were busy make sure that our friend was doing okay in the hospital. And then after that, you know, since we were already downtown by the mall, we ended up shopping, yes, you know, just to make sure we could clear our brains from all the shock that we had those few hours, you know. And that worked out great, because, you know, I was like, you know, me and my other friend, we were like, well, we're already downtown, let's just go shopping. We're like, yeah, you know, that's a good idea. You know, wherever girls at, we gonna do some shopping, even if it's eye shopping. But we don't normally, I'm not good at eye shopping. If I see something that I like, I'm gonna get. That's just me, you know. And I'm that type of shopper. I'm the I see you shopper. I'm gonna get you type of girl, you know. So we went out, we treated ourselves for, you know, for a little something. Hello, Sister Abram, how are you today? Hope all is well. But yes, I was just updating in regards to my day yesterday, why I was not able to come on, because life was lifing with one of our close friends, and that became family, and they had like a mini stroke. And you know, when somebody else is going through it and you are that friend, you're going through it as well. So that's what happened yesterday, and so on. So I just wanted to come on here and wish you guys a happy aloha to each and every one of you guys. That is family day, is every day. Aloha Friday we do here in Hawaii, and you know, we say I love you a lot here in Hawaii. That's one thing. The funny part of yesterday, as me and my friend, we had a little shock early in the morning. So we go to the gym, right? And found out all this shocking scenario. We end up going to the mall, and in the mall, this friend is we're funny. When the two of us is together, that's like two tiddly-da and tiddly-doos in the mall. So we're in the mall, she's Asian, I'm black. She stops and talks to, well, I'm brown, you know, little honey. You get what I'm saying. So she stopped to talk to one of her cousins and his wife and the kids. So I come over there, but you know, in the mall, that little hallways are small, so we're blocking the hallway. So she looks at me, because she's a comedian too. She's like, Paulette. No, she said, girl, you're blocking the way. Get out of people's way. So I know she's joking, right? So I joke back with her. However, though, everybody don't know we're joking. Remember, not everybody knows that we're joking. So she's looking at me. She's like, you're blocking the way. And I'm looking at her like, you're blocking the way. Why you don't move? Like, you get out of the way for blocking the way. So we're playing. Everybody don't know we're playing. Up come this tall, he was like a basketball player, muscular man, and he steps between. So he look at her, he looks at me, he look at the family, because it was 3 of them to 1 of me. And he looks at me, he said, ma'am, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And he says, I'm just checking. And he looks at her and he looks at me. And I was like, and she looks at me. She's like, you're my sister. Tell him you're my sister. Guys, that was hilarious. So he looks around. He's like, listen. He said, I got to make sure that my sister is right. And I said, oh, she's my sister. He's like, yeah, but for a little bit, it didn't look too, from my standpoint, like you guys were joking. It just looked like you were defending yourself. And if anything, I got to defend on your side. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know it was a thing. But I guess it's a thing. And the other guy, he was looking, the three of them was just looking like, oh my God, because he was tall, like a basketball. I swear he was a basketball player, a muscular guy, just came in and he was like, I got to defend mine. And because three of them to me, and he was like, are you okay, ma'am? I was like, yes, I'm okay. This is my sister. He said, oh, okay. I'm just checking in. I'm checking in because, we got to we got to protect each other. And I was like, wow, yes, I understand his standpoint, but I was like, wow, this is what happens when two clowns joke. You don't joke in the mall, in a big mall next to Chanel and Gucci, and you never know what you're gonna expect. So she was so funny because she was like, Paulette, tell him I'm your sister. I'm like, yeah, this is my Asian sister. This is my sister. And then he laughed afterward, but it was hilarious anyway. I just wanted to share that with you. And it is, Black History Month. And, another Asian guy that was all into Olympic, me and her was getting coffee and we were joking again because we always gonna figure out who's gonna pay. I don't know about your friends, but my friends, we always gonna fight on who's gonna pay. So I'm like, I'm paying, and she's looking at me like, no, I'm paying. Oh, you think your money better than my money? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna pay this time. So we're fighting at the cashier. Each one have her card, debit cards, by the way. That we had debit cards. So we're going back and forth, and she says, the guy came in. He was an Asian guy. He came in and he's like, hello. He thinking also that we're fussing at each other, when in reality that's how we play over here. Okay, Paulette, I can be very nonchalant. Sometimes you're gonna get me, you're either gonna get me or you're not. That's just how it is over here, because we gonna laugh, we gonna have some fun together, and sometimes it can be a little carny joke here and there, but Paulette, I like to laugh and I like to joke and have fun. So me and my friend, we know each other for like over 10 years now. So we're in there, we're fussing about who's paying. The guy comes out, he's like, well, he says, no need to fight. He says, it is Black History Month. It is the Chinese something holiday. It's the Olympics going on. It's the other thing. He had like 4 to 5 different events that he's telling us, hey, there's a little excitement for everybody. Your Black History Month, you're celebrating this month. Is the other one thing. And I was like, I don't have a month. Okay? I feel like every day I'm Black every day. Okay, that's just my belief. That's just me. Maybe because I'm an island girl and that's how I think. I was born like this. Ain't no change. I don't need a special occasion to say who I am. I know who I am and I love who I am. So he was thrown back, and then he said he was like, oh, okay, oh, you guys are friends. I'm like, yeah, we're friends. We know all the holidays that's going around, but at the end of the day, for him, he thinking he's cooling the ice by telling us, oh my gosh, I just want you to know that, it's Black History Month. You don't got to be upset. And I'm like, I'm not upset. We're just having fun. That's how we play. Okay, we play like that. So I told her, I said, you know what? The next time we go to the mall, we have another friend that she is the middle. She's the middle and of 2 crazy friends. So we have Tiddly-do and Tiddly-do, and then we have the center. And that friend was missing yesterday. That's why we were all over the place, just doing a whole lot, doing too much, okay? But yeah, it was just funny to see those 2 scenarios. And I looked at her, I said, the next time we come to the gym, to the mall, we can't be coming to the mall by ourselves because we're going to get in trouble. The next time we're going to go to jail. Somebody's going to either decide that we need therapy or something, okay? So we're not doing that anymore. But it was fun and exciting, and we saw 2 different spectrums from 2 different personalities and 2 different, what they call now individuals from their standpoints, how they saw us and it was just funny and it was cool, you know. One was like, I gotta protect, the other one was like, hey, let's all be merry and happy and joyful, no sense of fighting here, you know, just make it all fun, it'll counter all joy. But it was cool. But anyway, guys, I know that, let me see who's up in these comments here, so that way I can read. I'm getting close to the gym now, so I'm gonna have to dash in there, but I just wanted to come on. And hi Jinx, how are you? Mitaka, hope all is well, sister. Yes. Sister Tanya says she made it today. Oh my gosh, I apologize, guys. She said don't feel so bad. Give me 1 second, Sister Tanya, I'm gonna read it before I get greetings. Don't feel so bad because I missed today too, working out. Yes, you know, that's the thing, when we miss those workouts. And you know, for me, workout can be anywhere. You know, you don't have to go to a gym to work out. But for me, I think it's the social part of it, where the association, and because I already know that little group of friends that I've known for years, it's more like a meet and greet every day. I look forward to that. So that's what helps keep me going as well, while I make money on the way there. You know, that's the whole motto for me, is get up in the morning, make some money on the way to the gym, make some money after the gym, and you go home and enjoy family, and you click in. So I can click in from work to workout to back to work again to family, and the switch have became more and more easier as the years progress, you know. And right now, like I mentioned to you guys, you know, it's scheduling. You schedule it down, and eventually you get used to it, and it becomes second nature. Anything that you're going to do in life that's worth doing is going to take some time, but once you get that thing down pat, it's like second nature. Like for me now, not going to the gym, I end up with more sciatic pain than if I've gone to the gym and try to get your muscles warm up and stuff. You know, it becomes easier at some point, but at that beginning stage is very hard. But I advise you guys to start off scheduling it in, put it on a calendar and make it purposeful. Get up with intentions and do it. And once that happens, guys, you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go. Sister Tanya said, yeah, you have to change the way you eat and what you drink, and to rest often. Yes, ma'am. That's how they got to do it. That's how they got to do it. The rest often for me, Sister Tanya, I'm still waiting. I'm still working on it, okay? Because the rest often right now, I just feel like I need to do much better. I could do much better, but it becomes a little hard sometimes when you have so much that you want to do and you only have 24 hours. I'm working on making the time available for myself. So yesterday actually was one of those days where instead of sitting there and talking about I'm going to work out, I just went to the gym and spin, and then call hubby and be like, hubby, you know, tomorrow. And he's like, girl, stop it. Every day is love day, okay? And I was like, yeah, I know every day is love day, but these people up here are saying it's special, so I want this. And he just laughed at me. Let me tell you, one of these days y'all gonna meet my husband. He's just the total opposite of me, and I thank God for him, okay? Because he know how to love me well, and I'm grateful for that. So today, instead of saying happy, you know, love day, Valentine's, like the ones that they're looking forward for tomorrow, I'm gonna call this the gratitude week. That's what it is. It's gratitude. Be grateful that you can tell somebody you love them today. If you didn't tell nobody you love them throughout this whole week or month or years, call them up and say, I love you, and then you hang up. You don't want to hear nothing else. You just want to let them know you love them. Okay, go do that. That long lost family member that you haven't spoken to for like, you know, times, you call them up and say, I love you. That friend that, you know, you haven't heard from for years, just say, I love you. Send them a text. I love you. Don't do it on special occasion. Do it every day. Okay? Reach out. Check in every day. Once a month. Once a year. Just check in. And I love you should be daily, not once a year. Alrighty then. I will see you, Sister A. Brown. Greetings to you. She says she's well. Jinx starting the video tomorrow. Hello, sister. I'm starting a video tomorrow. Yay! Well, keep me posted, Jinx. Send me an email. Let me know, sis, so I can go and support you. Alrighty. Greetings, Sister Brown. Let me see, did I miss anything else in his comment? Jinx say, thanks to all of those that had liked. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Aloha, Tony Nixon. Hey, how are you today, brother? Hope all is well. Welcome into Life with Paulette. Greetings to all of you. I think I got caught up and we're wrapping up right now. Yes, Sister A. Brown, tell them we're wrapping up right now. We got to go. But like I mentioned to you guys, count every day joyful, good, bad, or indifferent. Count it all joy. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You guys make sure that you are grateful because you're here. If you are watching me right now, be grateful for that. Don't wait until one day out of the year to tell somebody you love them. You tell them on a daily basis. Everyone, you could say, I love you. Even your strangers, you could say, I love you. Thank you. Your cashier, I love you. Thank you. Do it consistently and it becomes a habit, okay? So I want to tell you guys, I love you and thank you for chiming in for the Life of Paulette. My friends are waiting on me in there now because I got to be accountable to what I said I was going to do, and that is to work out, at least get a 30 minutes in. I'll be gone. Deuces, a bitty good eve to you guys. I love y'all. Bye-bye, babies. Sayonara.